I wasn't really fucking with it in the beginning, but it grew on me. Um, what about you, man? Have you ever thought about like starting to do more like gaffing stuff?
I actually gaffed something recently, but it was like I had four lights. I was working
Yeah.
with Freddie. He's like producing it,
Oh,
and
that's
one
what
of
you
our
told me
boys was
about.
like directing it, and it was like we were pretty much working pro bono because like
Right.
we're all doing each other a favor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like you do stuff like that for a client, and they see like the work that it turns out, and they're like, "Oh, that's great. We'd love to book you for more stuff." So
Oh, I agree, man. I agree. I think people have lost sight of that, like working in favor for something greater. Cause I feel like that's where like the most magic happens. You know what I mean? Like in the long run, like I feel like you get the most benefit off of those kind of ideas and that kind of work ethic too.
yeah, it was a pretty good shoot. Like it was a small shoot. We had like two actors, two talent.
Hmm. That's
Oh, actually,
interesting.
there was like three.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
What's like the worst indie film you've ever worked on?
Oh, it's got to be a Chinese feature. That's just like that was just like the key word there.
That's like
When
the
you hear
good stuff.
Chinese feature,
Yeah.
you just run.
Dude, that's it's really funny how that's like an inside joke. Like everyone on set is like, "What is this, a Chinese feature? What the fuck?"
Really?
Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
hear that. Like if like we're doing a commercial and it's like fucked up, and we're like doing overtime. Like, what is this, a fucking Chinese feature?
Who says that though? You?
No, I don't say that. It's a bunch of like just people who work on set just say it.
Yeah.
Because Chinese features are kind of just known as like shitty fucking productions.
You know what it is? Some of them they obviously come from China. Like,
Exactly.
and then they don't know that there's like human standards. It's like labor laws and it's like overtime pay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe in China they just get to work because they gotta do it.
I heard in China it's the same. It's just a little bit more hectic. Because over there they don't plan the shots supposedly.
They don't plan it.
No, yeah, supposedly it's like they come in and they're like, we're gonna do this first and then we're gonna do this, but there's no prior day planning.
I see.
So every day is like, okay, we're gonna do this, this, and that, and then you're like, oh shit, do we even have the lights for that? Like I didn't even know.
It's like hustle. Just figure it
Yeah,
out.
just figure it out. So like the gaffer is still like a fucking lamp op, to be honest, on those kind of things. To be real.
So what are the shit shows that you worked on? Was it also a Chinese feature?
No, man, it was actually the worst film I ever worked on was this indie film that was my first job ever. It's my first job ever, and we worked literally like almost like 20 hours that day.
How did you get this job if it was your first time?
So I had this friend. His name is James Demetrios. He was actually on this podcast. This was like one of
Okay.
the first interviews we
I'm gonna look
had.
that up.
He's a cool guy. That was a really good one, and he pretty much brought me into the film world. And the first job, he was an AC on, and so he was like, "Hey man, you want to come on? They're in need of someone extra, whatever." So I went, and that was like my first job, and I just started getting into lighting from there. But the fucking thing with this guy, this dude, man, like they would take advantage of me, like the AD, knowing that I was new. He was like, "Yo, go buy me cigarettes." I was like, "Oh shit, like, alright, like I'm gonna buy this guy cigarettes." I guess like he's telling
He's
me
like,
to buy
here, here's 20.
Yeah, he's like, "Here's 20, yo, go buy me cigarettes. Give me the blue ones, the blue American spirits."
Camel?
Yeah,
Some shit.
American spirits. And
So then what?
and he was like fucking telling me like, "You gotta do this," like, and I was like running around like Manhattan, like finding. And then the gaffer came up to me and was like, "Hey man, like where the fuck you been?" You know? Like, and I was like, "Well, the fucking AD told me, to fucking whatever." That stuff happened, and then the worst thing that happened was that we were shooting in the West Village, like late at night, like 3 in the morning, in the summer, like 105 degrees outside, and we had a 3 riser combo, Mambo combo, but like the 2K receiver,
Yeah.
it was like chipped, like somehow the metal chipped on it, so it wasn't actually grabbing onto like any like
The light.
any lights.
Okay.
So we had a fucking menace arm on that, and then we had a China ball on that. And at one point when we were filming, the fucking menace arm, which people don't know, it looks like you're making a right angle with your arms, like left hand pointing up, right hand making a right angle. Okay, and that's what a menace arm essentially looks like, and that shit snapped.
They make a loud noise like.
It was like, and then like we all saw it, and I had to run on the ladder and like just with my own weight hold the fucking menace arm, like for like a good like 10 minutes.
So you were the Spanish Hulk.
Pretty
on this
much,
one.
and everyone.
He saves everybody's lives.
It was so funny because everyone else was like holding onto the ratchet strap, like every other grip and electric was like holding onto the ratchet strap, and I was just like holding on.
But it's just a China ball though, but it's really heavy. It's like a 10-foot speed rail.
It's a 10-foot speed rail, and like fucking, it was like more than a China ball. It was like a fucking gem ball. You know what I mean? Something like that. Something stupid.
So why did that happen? Key grip's fault. Like it was
just a shitty rental, you know?
Oh,
shitty rental house.
Alright, so it was nobody's fault. It was a shitty gear.
Shitty gear. That's all it was. What so we fucking got off topic, man. What's your favorite horror movie? You know?
I remember watching Chucky when I was little. I don't know if that was like my favorite.
Yeah.
But like I remember, cause I'm from the Philippines. I don't know what's out there. I came here when I was 9.
Yeah.
And like, I used to just watch like Home Alone and like I had the Ninja Turtles DVD.
Oh,
like
God,
the second one or something.
With the fucking still the costumes on, with the fucking guys and shit.
Yeah, and I remember that one because there was this Filipino guy that's in it. And I'm Filipino. He does some kung fu, karate, and then like the Ninja Turtles. It was a cool movie. I had VHS. But I didn't really watch horror movies, you know.
No?
I came here. I didn't really speak English like that.
That's right. You were telling me about that. How was it? So when you came from the Philippines, like, what was it like? Why did you decide to come over here?
Well, my mom was already working here.
Oh, okay.
She's been working here, and I think like some law changed where she could bring her family. So she brought my sister, and then she brought me and my dad.
Oh, okay.
And then I lived in the Bronx.
Now you live in the Bronx, right?
No, I live in Brooklyn now.
Oh, you live in Brooklyn. And they live in the Bronx?
I had lived in the Bronx.
Oh, you had lived in the Bronx. Ooh, that's crazy. And how was the change, like, when you came here?
Everything is much nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are polite. I say, like, you know, you go in the elevator, you get out, you're like, good night. They're like, good night. Like,
yeah, okay.
It's not like that in the Bronx.
Yeah. Bronx is kind of fucked up, right?
Yeah, it's not the best situation.
Yeah. Like, people think the Bronx has calmed down, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, like, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's just a different world out there.
It's weird, man. It's fucking weird, you know? You think about, like, New York nowadays, and a lot of people think it's safe, but it's not that safe. Right? Would you say that?
I would say that there's a lot of cameras now on the streets.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you go to Manhattan, like, every corner's got to have, like, some kind of camera.
Yeah, true.
So, like, it's pretty safe, but if anything even happens, there's, like, cameras.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Every time there's a crime, it's usually called unsafe. Right?
Yeah.
Fucking, you know what's crazy is that by, you know, Flatbush, there was just, like, a bunch of shootings over there all the time.
Damn.
And when I was, because I live over there, and so when I was, I actually fucking have a picture of, like, I found, like, bullet casings, like, by a tree. It's really fucking
So you
crazy.
picked it up?
No, I just, like, took a photo. It's, like, a shitty photo, but I don't know. You can kind of make it out. It's a little blurry, but I think it's still rendering. Yeah, it's, like, still rendering, but, like, you can kind of see, like, the gold shells and stuff like that. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's it's kind of bugged out, you know.
Yeah, I was actually in Miami one time, right, and I got to fire some guns. It was like one of the coolest experiences.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And like, the first thing that I realized is that when you shoot a gun, there's like smoke everywhere. It's like.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of gun did you shoot?
Oh man, I shot from a bunch of guns, like a shotgun, like a few of these other guns, and I remember I had one that had like a scar.
A scar?
Yeah, like it was literally like the color, and it was like. I actually have this all on video. I have it
That's crazy. The scar.
And then the last one, I did a sniper, and it was like
sniper.
Yeah. Yo, the magazine was huge, and it's like you gotta like load it in, but like once you like press it, it's like all this air, just like I don't know, it's so crazy.
What sniper was it?
I don't even know, like a 50 cal. Like
get the fuck out.
I have videos.
Like
I can show you.
Military, like a 50.
Yeah,
caliber.
this is Miami. You gotta remember, we're not in New York anymore. We can allow these tourists to shoot some guns for some money.
Yeah, man.
As like you get to do your little package, and then they're like, we can do a la carte. I'm like, it's a restaurant? Because after I finished all my guns, they were like, now we have this new list. You can shoot any other gun.
Wow.
And I'm like, I gotta try the shotgun. That was the last gun that I shot.
What kind of shotgun was it?
I think it's like a 2-barrel. Like you gotta pump it. Because my trainer was like some really buff Spanish dude, and it's like, all right, you shoot it, and then it's like, I got you, and then he like put it on.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, do I gotta pump it? He's like, nah. I just kept shooting it. Actually, I do gotta pump it. And it's like, it's so violent. Everything about this shit, it's like the gun recoils. And I'm like, I understand why they gotta make him do push-ups, sit-ups, and like,
Yeah, dude.
pull-ups.
I don't think I can shoot a shotgun. I think my fucking shoulder would snap off, bro.
No, you just gotta like hold it tight to your
Yeah.
body, and then like.
Well, they say to squeeze, right? That's the thing. To squeeze.
Yeah, you gotta kind of you want it like towards you and like hold it tight so you can like aim.
Yeah.
But like once you shoot it, it'll like literally do this motion. Yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
Do you think you would ever hunt, like, for food? Like, with a rifle?
No, because there's a Whole Foods like 2 blocks off from where I live. So I
But, like,
just go.
you don't feel bad about, like, the factory farming and shit?
What do you mean by factory farming?
Like, you know how they fucking kill, like, tens of thousands of cows, like, every fucking hour in a factory?
But then like, I don't know.
Yeah, that shit's fucking crazy to me, son. But I don't think I could ever, like, shoot a fucking deer, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Because it's like
It's kinda fucked
a
up,
live
right?
thing, and it's like
It's kind of fucked up to think about it, because you're like, man, I could kill a fucking deer, but then, like, you see a fucking deer die, and you're like, oh, god damn. Like, this is fucked up,
yeah.
you know? But then you think about, like, how many fucking other deers die from factories, and you're just kind of like,
So then, like, would you say you would want to become a vegan, vegetarian? Or?
nah, man, I could
try.
I could never do that.
I could never.
Never, ever do that. That's, no, not my future.
I'm trying to challenge myself to do it for like a week. I don't know what I should.
That
do.
would be fun. I would do
Just
that.
for like a week, you know.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Is it? Would it?
I think I'm a little scared to like it, you know? Like,
Oh,
I
no.
enjoy it.
Like we're going out for pizza. What are you going for salad?
I'll get a grandma pie. Like a grandma, you know, it's just tomato sauce and
Oh.
fucking bread.
Like the simplest thing. Like nah, no
Dude,
toppings.
I kind of hate working with fucking people who are like vegan and gluten free, you know?
Why?
Because I worked on this feature once where all we had was like gluten, because almost the whole crew was vegan, so they pretty much just catered to the majority. And I
I guess you guys are all vegan today.
yeah, and then like for a month, bro, like I didn't eat meat, you know.
Oh no.
And it was like I was sleep deprived, I didn't have enough protein. Fucking, it was weird. It was like a weird time. I was pretty depressed for like a month, bro.
Damn.
But yeah, man, I don't know how people could do it, man. I think like I feel like only like people who are really conscious, like have feelings about animals, can keep that up for the rest of their life.
I guess.
Could you do it? You think for the rest of your life?
I can't. Like my culture won't even let me. My Filipino's roots is like eat pork, like all of it.
Yeah.
So it's like literally going against my culture. It's like
Right. Yeah, same for us, man.
Yeah.
Spanish people, you know.
Bernil.
Yeah.
Chicharron.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I can't live without that shit, man. You know. Fuck it. That's what I love about Mexico, man. Over there, you fucking buy your cuts at the market, you know. Fucking bring it home.
And you know what you're getting.
Yeah, man. You know what you're getting. You know that shit was killed like just fucking an hour ago. You know.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird though.
How was your trip to Mexico, by the way?
It was great, man. It was fucking beautiful. I traveled most of it. Traveled most of Mexico. It was kind of scary in some parts. And then I went to go see the monarch butterflies while they were like fertilizing. Up
The
in
monarch
mountains.
butterflies?
Yeah, man. There are these butterflies that fucking fly from like Mexico, like center Mexico, all the way to Mexico City, pretty much, all the way to fucking Canada. They fly all the way there in one fly, like in one shot. And when you go there, there's like fucking like, it just looks like you can't even see past like a foot maybe because there's so many butterflies just flying around.
How do you guys know when they're gonna do this?
You just have to like kind of Google it, I guess. You know, just like when are they there?
They're anticipating them to
Yeah.
like be out and dip.
Yeah. And so yeah, it was cool, man. I went inside like a real pyramid, quote unquote.
Okay.
I was like inside the pyramid, like hallways and stuff like that. It was pretty fucking legit. It was pretty cool.
I see.
And it was pretty interesting to like kind of see like some of the sacrificing altars and shit like that too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then
Like human sacrifice.
yeah, like they had like sacrificial like places, and we also saw like grave burials of like Mayans. and
Oh,
stuff
damn.
like that. It was
That's crazy.
and Aztecs. Dude, we went to like we went to like this place that at one point was a city of pyramids, you know, and like you get there and you see like the ruins, like half pyramids, and you're kind of just like standing.
On top of the whole thing, the
Well,
whole
you're
structure.
Well, we were. It felt like we were in fucking like I Am Legend, because we were like going
You were
through the
listening.
streets of like the pyramid structures. So like we're down, but we see the pyramids like kind of just like scaling up.
And
on
some of
the
them are like
sides.
destroyed or half destroyed.
Yeah, half destroyed, fucking half open, you know, fucking moss vines everywhere and shit, and yeah, it was pretty interesting to be in that because it's like going through New York City. It's literally like going down man, like an avenue down here.
It's like a city. I see
It's
what
like
you're saying.
it's like buildings, but it's
Yeah.
like fucking giant pyramids instead of fucking buildings. You can only imagine how tall the pyramids actually were at that time.
So what's inside of the pyramids now?
So inside the pyramids, there was one we couldn't go even with our passes, but like they had like a bunch of chambers where you saw like the common areas, you saw like the rooms where they slept in, like they're like you saw like where the throne was, where like the main living area was, where they held like court, you know,
I see.
like their judicial processes and stuff like that. It's really interesting to kind of see all that. And like humans, you know, that were are not
Sacrifice.
yeah.
This is for the greater good.
Yeah, dude. It's like it's pretty interesting, man. It's pretty cool to see like how people were back then. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely history.
Yeah.
See how people are, I guess.
Yeah, it's one thing to read about it, but it's also really cool to like.
Yeah, to be at the actual spot when they did it.
Dude, I went to Anne Frank's house, you know, and that was weird too.
Oh yeah, you went to Amsterdam
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Right.
That was weird as fuck, man.
How so?
Well, 'cause you're there and you're kind of just walking around and you think there have been Nazis that literally have been on the same floor that I've been.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And like then you walk out of her house and you're like, well, this used to be fucking occupied by fucking 1940 fucking Germany, you know, 1930 fucking Germany.
Yeah, you're like part of history.
Yeah, you can. It's almost like a weird way of like time traveling in a way, because if your imagination fills in the things
What was
you
happening
see,
back then?
yeah,
In
but
this
your
room.
but your
in
brain
this-
holds the facts of what was happening, so it's kind of
Yeah.
like a nice little mesh of like walking around. You're just like, whoa.
So they had like a tour of her house. And
Well, you can just go in and like pay a ticket and just walk around, just
I see.
fucking see where she was like.
It's like in
chilling.
an attic.
Yeah, you can go through the whole building. Yeah, it's pretty weird. It's pretty gnarly. Pretty fucking yeah, man.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's fucking weird. It's fucking bugged out.
Did you read the
It's
book
weird.
as you were growing up, like in high
Yeah,
school?
I was reading like a couple pages of it before I went up because I never read it before. But I read like a couple pages and then I read like a whole like the most notable parts of the book.
We read the Cliff Notes.
Yeah, pretty much. And even then, it was still really fucking sad, bro.
Oh, I
like
see.
I was like, holy fuck, this fucking chick sucks. It sucks, man. But,
Speaking of pyramids, have you heard of